If your crypto's on an exchange, it's not really yours. If your crypto's in a hot wallet, it's one exploit away from being gone. And if you've never seriously considered hardware wallets, you're probably not as safe as you think you are. In today's video, we will be reviewing the OneKey Pro, a hardware wallet designed for people who actually care about self-custody. I build on-chain infrastructure for a living, and so I think about private keys, attack surfaces, and trust vectors every single day. And so when I look at a hardware wallet like the OneKey Pro, I'm thinking about what it assumes, what it exposes, and what it protects. And that's the lens that we are going to be using to review this hardware wallet today. Quick disclosure, OneKey made this video possible by providing me with this hardware wallet to review. They don't approve this video. They don't get to control what I say. This is a technical review, not a promo. This is the OneKey Pro. Let's go over the features that they're showing in their website. Looks like it does come in white and black. We've got the black one. Bank Vault grade chips. It's built with 4 EAL6 plus secure elements. Clear signing, that's a good sign. They also do show that they have a GitHub, which appears to be auditable. And I'm sure we can find their firmware somewhere in here. Here is the Firmware Pro. So it looks like we can even audit our own firmware. Interesting. They have wireless charging. Security key for Web 2. Use OneKey as your cross-platform security key. Sign in with passkeys on supported sites such as Google, GitHub, and Binance. We have the AirGapped QR signing, which is something that a lot of other AirGapped wallets will do. I do really like AirGapped QR signing. Multi-signature wallet support. Oh, a nice little 3D effect on the website. I always do appreciate these 3D effects on the website. So we can unbox it before we even unbox it. So it looks like that's what it's going to look like when we unbox it. Oh, very neat. All right, now even though we got a spoiler, let's unbox this puppy. So we did see that they had security seals, which do appear to be sealed. I want to just make sure that they were. Yep. Oh yeah. Nice box. This is, I feel like I'm opening an iPhone here. Hold your own key. The documentation, I'm assuming that there's going to be the backups in here. Well, I may be assuming wrong. There are some OneKey stickers, very nice. Keep it cold. Never import hardware wallet recovery phrase into wallet apps. Good advice right there. Once you move your hardware wallet keys into a hot wallet, you don't have a cold wallet anymore. It's just a hot wallet. And then the Getting Started guide in many languages. So this says to go to onekey.so/start. I'm going to do that. Okay. Please select your device, OneKey Pro. All right. While we're doing that, let's look at what the rest of the things that we got. Looks like we got recovery sheets. These are probably where we keep our keys. Ooh. They gave us 3, it looks like, and yep, they're foldable. Never share these. I like the little hints that they put everywhere. They really make it helpful for users. So there you go. There are your recovery keys. And it looks like we've got the actual wallet itself. That's nice. It's almost card sized. And then we have a USB-C cable. That's it. I do really like how they do put the security seal on so you know that it hasn't been tampered with. I'm assuming that that's going to be the biometrics there for your fingerprint reader. So let's read our instructions here. Watch the video tutorial. Unbox and inspect. Step 1, safety first. Check your OneKey packaging. Ensure that the outer box and the device's laser security seal is intact. This is our guarantee that the product has not been touched by any third party. Very good. Recovery phrase. Now let's create a unique vault. So here we're actually going to power on our device. So let's go ahead and open up the security seal. Yep. There we go. Almost dropped it there. Very nice. Very nice. There's the OneKey. So it says to press and hold the power button for 3 seconds to turn on. We're going to go English. We're going to go create new wallet. Looks like this will generate the standard wallet. And let's go ahead. Oh, it gives you the option 12, 18, or 24. 24 is always the best to do. Okay, set a 4 to 50 digit PIN. Add a fingerprint. So it's asking me to put my finger on the power button. I'm guessing over and over again. So let me first peel that off. There are no instructions, but just in case you get yourself a OneKey, you're going to want to peel that off. So just to be clear, it looks like it's asking me for the center first. So you're going to go do the center, and then up, and then see the dot is showing you as we go where it expects to see your fingerprint. There we go. Finally done. That took a little bit of work to get your fingerprint registered. If you have an issue, you should just be able to hit that X button and start over again. But now that my fingerprint is done, it says my new wallet is ready. I'm going to continue. It's going to ask you these questions. If you lose your recovery phrase, you will lose all your funds. Never take a photo. Make a copy. Never upload it online. And keeping your backup secured and never sending it to anyone. Okay, and now I'm probably going to want to cover up some of the screen. I'm going to click back up. Yeah, and there is going to be a screen with some words on it. I will go ahead and use the recovery sheet that we were given to write down this seed phrase. All right, once you're done, you're probably going to want to double check that. So I'm going to hit the continue button. There we go, showing almost done. Next, following the guide and check words one by one based on your recovery phrase. So now it's pretty much just verifying. I like what they do with the verification. I'm going to show you this one step here. Instead of asking you to fill out some of the blanks, they're going through words one by one and giving you three options as to which one is the right one. So I do actually really like this method of verification because you do go through all of the words, but it's not asking you to fill out every single word over again. And there we are. We're verified. It says the wallet is ready. Let's continue. Okay, there is the QR code to download the app. All right, so we're just getting the app from the App Store, the OneKey crypto and Bitcoin wallet. All right, here we have what looks like a little lock screen. That's kind of neat. And now, yeah, it's just got, kind of looks like an Android, just like swipe up to view apps. There we go. I think we're going to go ahead and connect app wallet. And then it gives us three options here: Bluetooth, USB, and QR code. Now I do see that Bluetooth is on, as it looks like in the top corner there. I wonder if this does work just like an Android. No, I'm not seeing the top bar come down. But we can go into settings. It looks like there is an AirGapped mode, which is probably just like your airplane mode on your phone. Turns off the wireless. But for now, it does look like Bluetooth is on. So our app is downloaded. We're going to go ahead and open it. And it looks like we're able to get started. I'm going to pick the device, OneKey Pro. Would like to use Bluetooth. I'm going to say OK. It just looks like it's searching right now. Oh, looks like we found it. Okay, there is a pair code, which I'm going to enter in right now. Okay. So it looks like there are two checks that the app wants to do. It wants to do a genuine check to make sure that the Pro 3344 is authentic. And then it wants to do a firmware check to see if it has the latest software. So I'm going to go ahead and do check, and it seems like it's going to be doing this. Okay, device authentication. Are you sure you want to authenticate your device with the server? Tap to confirm to check whether your device is genuine and without tampered. I'm going to confirm that. Looks like verification is successful. I'm going to click continue. Oh, and now it's doing a firmware check. And it says that there is an update available, so I'm going to update it. It's asking if I've backed up my recovery phrase and my device is connected via Bluetooth and the connection is stable. So I'm going to click continue, go ahead. All right, it's been about 20 to 30 minutes now, and we are just about 97% complete. So this whole process may take a while. Don't know if you can see that, but it does give me the firmware update confirmation screen. So we're going to go ahead and install. Going into this installation screen. Oh, there we go. Seems to be loaded to the home screen again. All right, and it says that we've completed here. So I'll close that. It's doing a final check to make sure that we're initialized, generating accounts. Nothing showing up on here, but I'm assuming that it is all happening in here. So looks like I've got a whole bunch of new accounts, a whole bunch of new chains, and we should be able to add our tokens in this way. So as you can see on the wallet here, it looks like we have all kinds of new addresses that we can play with. So I'm going to send myself a little bit of Bitcoin from my Phantom wallet to test. After you've set up a new wallet, the thing that I recommend you do is you do a small test transaction, just a couple dollars, send it from one wallet into your cold wallet, and then send it back. Just make sure everything is working. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just get some Bitcoin. So here is the Bitcoin address for my new cold wallet. I'm going to go ahead and send. I'm going to tap on the QR code and scan it. There we go. Next, I'm going to try and send $1 worth of Bitcoin. I'm going to go next. Send. We're sending. Now, Bitcoin is going to take a while. I actually don't know why I chose Bitcoin. That was a horrible selection. I could have chosen one of the faster ones like Solana. In fact, since Solana is so fast, I am going to do just that. I am going to deposit some Solana. So there, again, you have the address here. I'm going to click on the QR code button, which gives me a QR code to send to. I'm going to click on the send button, Solana, scan. There we go. And next, I'm going to send $1 worth of Solana. Next, send. There we go. Let's go ahead and check. So here is our OneKey, still showing a balance of 0. There we go. If I refresh, it looks like I've got $2 now. So looks like not only did the Bitcoin transaction go through, but the Solana transaction went through, which is great. So we can actually test both. So here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on Solana. There it is. There's my $1 worth of Solana. I'm going to click on the send button. And I'm going to go ahead and paste the address. Okay, I'm going to click the max button, preview. Okay, I'm going to confirm. And now it looks like it is doing a Bluetooth communication. It's asking for my fingerprint. I'm going to go ahead and give it my fingerprint. And there we go, processing. Here it's asking me to continue. It's showing me the Solana transaction, the amount, who it's from, who it's to, and the fees. And then just slide to sign. Looks like transaction was signed. That's pretty cool. I like the little slide to sign interface. There we go. Transaction was submitted. Now we got to check that it worked. And there we go. I just got a notification on my Phantom wallet. And if we take a look at the activity, we see that we sent some Solana and then received some Solana back from the same address. So now if we go back into our OneKey and we refresh, the transaction did go through, but it seems like it didn't send the full amount. It did send what I asked it to send, but it looks like it saved just a little bit left over for gas. Now I'm going to try the Bitcoin. I'm confident that the wallet works now, but we did do 2 transactions by accident, so we're going to send that Bitcoin back. So in my Phantom wallet, I'm going to go receive Bitcoin, native SegWit, copying the address. I am going to go back into my OneKey app. I'm going to try and send. I'm going to paste the address. There we go. Looks correct. I'm going to click on that max button. Preview. And confirm. Now again, it's doing Bluetooth communication. I'm going to use my fingerprint, and there it is, processing. Looking like it's going to ask me to continue if I want to send that. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And then that little slide to sign interface, go ahead and slide that. If I wanted to, I could reject it at that point. And the wallet app says that the transaction has been submitted. So as you can see, this is a separated key type situation. So the key lives on this device, the transaction is initialized from this device, and then the key from this device is used to sign the transaction, and then the signed transaction goes back to be submitted. So there's a lot of back and forth between these two devices in order to submit your transaction securely on the blockchain without exposing your keys. So again, if you are involved in crypto, especially if you have self-custody over your crypto, you should really be considering getting yourself a hardware wallet. This one appears to be pretty convenient because it does have the options for Bluetooth and USB, as well as the AirGapped mode. All right, now that we've got the wallet completely set up, let's ensure that we put our recovery sheet somewhere safe. I am personally going to probably keep it in the box. So I'm going to throw the recovery sheet in with all of the extra ones. Again, what a beautiful box. All right, so my key is secure. If I want to be extra secure, I'm going to throw this into my safe. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do is experiment with the air-gapped only mode. And the reason that I want to do this is because Bluetooth is still a communication path, and a wireless communication path at that. If there happens to be an exploit in the future that we are unaware of today, it could be something of concern. My crypto might be at stake. And so fortunately, they do have options in their settings. I will note that the fingerprint scanner does not seem to be precise all the time. It does often show that my fingerprint scan was incorrect. So that is something to note. Of course, the pin will always work. So I'm going to go into settings. Looks like we've got 5 settings here: general, security, wallet, security keys, and about device. Under wallet, it looks like we've got a bunch of settings. We've got the check recovery phrase, passphrase, turbo mode, compatible with Trezor. And then we have advanced, USB, Bluetooth, and AirGap only. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn on AirGap only mode, enabling AirGap. Enabling this mode disables Bluetooth, USB, and NFC. The device didn't explicitly say that it had NFC, but if it does, that is also a good thing to disable, even though it is near field, which means you need to have close proximity to the device. It is also a wireless communication method. So we can still connect to software wallets and sign transactions offline by signing QR codes. So I'm going to go ahead and enable that. Now, the USB and Bluetooth are grayed out. They can no longer be toggled, and AirGap is turned on. Now, in order to try the AirGap transaction, I'm going to have to send a little bit more funds. So I'm going to go ahead and send some more Solana. This time I'm going to send $10. There we go. It says it was sent. And there we go. We have our $10.27. So let's go ahead into our Solana. We're going to send back. We'll send back another $1 of Solana, and we'll leave the rest in our cold wallet. Now it's trying to communicate with Bluetooth, but it should have an issue with that. So let's see how the app handles this. Okay, it is still attempting to communicate over Bluetooth. I'm going to hit the X button and see if there is another way. I'm in device management right now. I'm going to click add new device, QR code. So it says to unlock my OneKey. Okay, connect wallet app, continue with QR code. Okay, I guess that seems to have worked. It says my wallet is now ready. Okay, I do have access now. Okay, and again, I'm going to try sending just $1. Okay, we're at the same screen again. I'm going to click confirm. And here we go. Now we've got a QR code. So now I'm going to go into the scan application on my wallet and scan the QR code. There we go. It looks like the transaction is correct, sending to the right person. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same slide to sign process. And now I'm going to return to the app and scan the QR code, which should allow me to complete the transaction. Let's go ahead. Next. Okay. Oh, we've got a block hash not found. Okay, let's go ahead and try that one more time. Send that address. We're going to send $1. Preview. Okay, I'm going to open up the scan application on the wallet, clicking confirm on the transaction here. It's giving us a bunch of QR codes. We are going to scan them. Okay. Yep, we've got the correct amount there. We're going to click continue, slide to sign. We're signed. I'm going to click next. I'm going to scan it. And transaction confirmed. That was a lot quicker the second time around. So whatever error was happening the first time didn't seem to be a big problem. Looks like our transaction went through. We just received the Solana in our Phantom wallet, and the balance has been adjusted in our OneKey wallet, which means that we are now in AirGapped only mode. That means that Bluetooth is not enabled, NFC is not enabled, and USB communication is not enabled. USB will be charge only. So hopefully that means that this device is just as secure as any other AirGapped device. And I do really like the option of being able to choose from the convenience of having the Bluetooth turned on or the security of being in completely AirGapped mode. So what do you think? Is this a good hardware wallet? What hardware wallet do you use? And would you consider upgrading to the OneKey? Okay, now there is one more feature that I do want to try, and that is this security key for Web 2. So apparently we can use this wallet as a security key, kind of like the YubiKey. This is a security key, requires touch, and requires to be plugged into your system. So let's see if the wallet can act as a security key as it says. So should be able to go to Google. Okay. So just head over to manage your Google account and you will see security and sign in. We have two-step verification is off, so let's fix that. Okay, pass keys and security keys. Okay, let's create a passkey. Use another device. There we go. Now it's asking for my fingerprint, which I've done. Okay, and now, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it is Google asking me to confirm adding a security key. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And there we go. We can now use the fingerprint on our device to act as a security key for Google. Okay, let's open up a new incognito tab and turn our device off. Okay. Okay, let's try and sign in. Technically Web3. Try another way. Use your passkey. Security key. And the fingerprint came up again. So let's go ahead. Nope. There we go. Now it's asking me to confirm. I click confirm and we're logged in. It worked. So not only can this wallet be used for your crypto, but you can use it for your login as well. I actually really like that feature. I don't think any of the other hardware wallets that I have does that. That is really handy. And one last thing that I did want to test is that the OneKey apparently has wireless charging. So I think that if I put it on the back here, yep, it looks like it's starting to charge. That is pretty incredible. So if you are somebody who uses wireless charging, that might be a pretty killer feature for you. So if you are looking for cold wallet hardware, the OneKey Pro is actually a really high grade security, at least through its specs. Um, it has bank grade security. It has the option to go completely air gapped, and it can work as a hardware key, which allows you to authenticate from device to device. So it is an all around good option. And if you're looking for a cold wallet, here is a referral link which you can use to go and buy yourself one of these OneKey products. And if you're interested in how it compares to some of the other cold wallets I have, stay tuned because I am doing a comparison video with all of these wallets next.